Morning. Hello, hello. Started a bit early because I placed a position and I would like for everyone to have the chance to see it. Now let's talk about it and give you my reasoning. So we have a bullish breaker forming here. I know it's a small one. I apologize, but it's very important in my analysis. We have all-time highs, which are relative equal highs. As you can see, these two right here. We're inside the bullish 4-hour BC, 1 hour, and 15-minute one. A lot of confluences. Meanwhile, we have relative equal highs, which are all-time highs as well. Therefore, if I get stopped out, that's okay. It just looks like a good setup, and I want to try it because this looks to be like the bottom range of the day, and my idea would be for this daily candle to become green, and we have news at 9:45. Therefore, the price might be pushed above this relative equal highs at 9:45, and it's going to be a lot of volatility. Therefore, I would like to have an early entry and basically profit when the news will be released. Profit of the volatility that the news will bring. We have also volume imbalance here and here, which means the price will come back and hunt them. Now it's very important how the price is going to trade. Now, if my stop loss is a bit too tight, we still have relative equal highs here. I have no doubt we're going to be bullish for the day. It's just a matter of timing that move. Let's see. This is a bearish fair value gap that I would like for it to become inverted. Let me see, where is the bottom of it? It's here. If I put my stop loss here, I'm risking 100. Still can be possible, can it? Do we have any relative equal highs around here? Might be early again. That is a possibility. Yesterday I was too early for the move and it happened in the afternoon, but it happened in a very choppy way. I got to profit off of it. This is my second account. On the other account I made 500 yesterday. On this one I just made 100. I'm not going to trade my first account. I'm very happy with the profit I've made this week. I've made around 700 or 800. Therefore I'm going to try to push this account only. But yeah, hello everyone and good morning. And I forgot to mention we have a bullish breaker. Low, high, low, low, higher, high. Therefore price can still come until 268 and be bullish. But I highly doubt if it wants to stay bullish that it's going to pass 303. Now let's see how everything will play out. We might be too early because we are still in this bearish fair value gap until we take this high, which is basically this one. We're still bearish. Hey, what's up? I used to follow Dixie a lot, but I'm not so interested anymore. It brings a lot of confusion to my trading. It's moving in ways that I cannot really form narratives, only on the high, very long term, and I don't want to play with that. So yeah, I don't watch Dixie as much. Just as a reference, when I see now it's at the lows, I'm thinking from a macro perspective. But yeah, on a day-to-day, I don't really watch Dixie. I care more about what other indices are doing, like Dow and ES. I'm watching once in a while, once a week. I'm gonna watch for euro dollar, for cable. But yeah, that's about it. I wanna have an overall perspective of the market, but it used to confuse me a lot watching Dixie and comparing it to Nasdaq or ES. That matters. Let's see if we can confirm this move. Closing above 361 would bring more confidence in my trading idea. Trading above 380 at the open would make me feel more comfortable with my position. Obviously my profit target is at 422, which is just below the all-time high. We have 1, 2, 3 highs looming here. We have this big volume imbalance I would like to attack as well. And if possible, I would like to add, but first let's see the confirmation of this move. Because on the 15 minutes we're still trading inside the CB. And I don't like that. Here, have this CB. Therefore, they can still take this high and come lower. I don't want that. I want to see speed after 361. I just want to see speed to the upside, basically canceling this. I think it's very important to simplify your strategy and whatever you do every day, because when price is moving, especially between 9:30 and 11, when you have a lot of speed, if you have a lot of things to consider and you don't have a clear, simple strategy, you're gonna get so confused, so frustrated, and you're gonna let your emotions take over very fast. Therefore, keeping it simple helps helps you remove a lot of trades. And to be honest, right now, my hit rate is between 50 and 70, and I can keep it consistent at 70, but I have to make one sacrifice that I'm still debating about, and that's stop loss. I like having tight stop losses, and as yesterday after the buy, after I was buying that turtle soup the low, if I would have positioned my stop loss just let me go back to the chart. So basically what happened yesterday, inside this candle, after we took the low, I was buying inside this candle. My only problem was that my stop loss was below this candle and not below this one. Had I been patient and just allowing more risk, I would have enjoyed all of this move. I still bought it at 11.25. I started buying this or the block, and I managed to make 500 off of this move. But I want a clean run. Like, it was very stressful. I was frustrated because I knew what was the direction. My bias was good. My idea was solid. Just because I didn't like the stop loss just for $20, I just messed up a whole trade. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that regard. So now I'm trying to work on that. Even now, you saw me positioning the stop loss here, and I was like, okay, heck, I'll give it a bit more if my idea is not good, because we can still reach down here, because this is a small fair value gap. We can still reach down here and the move still be solid. The low of this candle being taken and closing below this one would create a breaking market structure. Therefore, I'm trying to negotiate more with myself and have bigger stop losses. I don't mind taking smaller trades and having larger stop losses, but it's just something that I need to break. It's a habit that I need to break. Therefore, it's going to be a bit of trial and error. And this is the journey, I'll be honest. Regardless of how many strategies you know, being in action and actually implementing your strategies is the most important thing. Risk management as well. So in the back of my mind, I have this tendency of overtrading. Therefore, in my mind, I'm telling, like, if I have a smaller stop loss, I can still place another trade. Instead of just placing a larger one, and this is something that, like, I'm a trader for 7 years now. This is something that there's always something you're going to have to add to your arsenal. It's always going to be something that you need to improve as a trader. Now, I'm pretty good at determining daily bias and building narrative for the day. Just the execution sometimes might be a hit or miss. Sometimes I get out too early. Sometimes it's those things. At some point, you're not going to be happy with just making money. You're going to try to squeeze the most out of it and be the most efficient. Even now, if I'm going to be stopped out, my psychology is going to be a bit different at the open, because I already have that loss in my mind. So yeah, it's a lot of things that you have to manage. Your emotions, your strategies. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. If you just joined us, my trade idea is to buy this inversion fair value gap. And attack all-time highs, because we just traded inside this 5-minute, 1 hour and 15-minute BC, which is an area of support. Meanwhile, on the 1 hour, we have another reason for the price to go up. We have this bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Basically, this one is providing support. This is an order block as well. Now, it is a problem of, it's a matter of timing. Am I too early or am I going to be too late at 9:45 when the news will be released? And it's a high impact red news. Therefore, I would like for us to be trading slightly above 380, 390, so we don't get stopped out. You can still slam this, take my stop loss, take this low, and go higher at the open somehow. That's why in the next 5 minutes, I would like for us to be trading above 380. Otherwise, I'm not really comfortable holding this at the open. And by the looks of it, we're still bearish until we take this high, which is highlighted with this red line at 361. We're still bearish. We need to take the high of this 5 minute CB in order for this to become an inversion fair value gap. There is a bit of like speculation involved, obviously, for day trading, because I'm anticipating for this high to be taken. Therefore, I don't know the speed with which this is going to happen, because I might not have a point of entry, or at least it's not going to be as good as this one. Now let's see what's going to happen at the open. Two days in a row we have been wrong at the open. Yesterday I could have profited if my profit target wouldn't been the ultimatum. That was my mistake yesterday. We had relative equal highs and I didn't place my profit target there. I wanted to reach what it was reached in the afternoon. Now, I like what I'm seeing, but I would like for this candle to... Yeah, it's 361. Did we take it on the E-mini? Yeah, 362. So we took this high. Now we can delete it. Now we need to close above. I like that this is happening before the open. This is an Asian high from yesterday. Let's check the... So basically we have also Asian highs, like this is ideal type of trade. We are in a discount. We have relative equal highs. We have all-time highs. We have Asian highs. Like they have so many confluences, so many reasons on why we should be bullish today. On top of the fact that we just, it's not a coincidence, the fact that we traded in the middle of this bullish fair value gap. It's just the center of it, and it's just a wick, which is institutional order flow drill. Basically, you just have a wick, not a body. So yeah, I like where we are. And if it's not gonna work, I just there's no reason for the price to come back here. No reason. I'm placing my stop loss below this 5 minute candle, because let's say the opening we're gonna have just a big wick trying to fill this gap. This is my stop loss right before this 5 minute. We're gonna be heading to previous week's high, 23,229. Well, I don't agree with this narrative. That's a bearish narrative. I'm bullish for the day. I would like more speed. I'm going through this phase right now since I'm posting videos on YouTube and I'm trying to be a bit more creative with my trading recaps. Sometimes I want some trades to work for the content sake and not a profit, which is a bit uh, counterintuitive in a sense, because the reason why you're trading is to make money. But yeah, it's a win-win. I like the for this 5 minutes to stay open. This is an inversion fair value gap. It's a 15-minute one. The price might navigate at the open towards it and basically just, I apologize, I have a problem with my mouse. Just 1 second, sorry. What I meant to say is that I want to have a breakaway gap and for this candle not to be touched. However, at the open we're going to have a lot of volatility, so I expect everything. But the price to come below 353. I would be surprised if that happens. 1 more minute. You cannot see it because we have this week, but on E-mini, we have a fair value gap that was filled. And that's ideal. It's a point of entry. I would not try it. I'm not comfortable with these two left here. Three, two, one. As I said, we're trading inside this inversion. Closing the first candle green is ideal scenario for us. Yes. Yes. We're moving at break even. Ah, I got stop loss by E-mini, E-micro. I hate when this happens. Ah. So now it happened, but my stop loss was initially here and it would not be hit. But yeah, we traded inside this fair value gap. And I guess they're gonna plan a 945 to attack the all-time highs. They're gonna engineer a bit more liquidity. That's okay. We lost the minimum, but the idea was amazing. It's just one of those weeks when pre-market entries are not working, and that's okay. I believe it was a beautiful idea and a beautiful try regardless, with a minimum loss. And who knows, maybe keeping my initial stop loss would have still worked. There's not enough juice in order to trade ES, but ES has a very interesting price action. It created SMT, traded inside this fair value gap, and it's just gonna go higher. But right now, it's 1-to-1 risk reward. Like I have to risk 396 in order to get to 407. Not worth it. Be aware, we're gonna have high impact news at 9:40, 9:45. Therefore, it's a bit dangerous to be trading until then. We might be having a difficult trading session. Just be aware. By the way, price is moving right now. It doesn't seem to respect a lot of PD arrays on the smaller time frame. On the high time frame, until we take 303, we're still bullish. Even yesterday, as we were trading up, I bought a fair value gap here. It was riding, reaching the middle of this week, which was my initial, my first profit target, And then we have this red candle that just swept a lot of liquidity, including me. And the price still reached highs. But yeah. There are days like this, we cannot do anything about it. They don't happen as often, so we're gonna have to go through them. That's the price we pay for the day trading. You're trading intraday volatility. Any piece of news, any article can just create a spike and take you out. And that's okay, as long as you know what you're in for. Now, one of the other reasons why I'm telling it's a difficult trading day is it's 9:36. You don't still have a first presentation for a value gap. Usually, if you have one between 9:30 and 9:35, you see a trend being created, but not today. Let's check some stats. When did we close yesterday? We close at 324. Maybe we want to fill this gap. Let's see. I hope you can see. For the past 3 months, on Thursdays, if we had a gap up, 50% chance that it's going to be filled 100% of the time. Therefore, it's not necessary for us. It's a 50-50 chance we're going to reach 324. That's a first presentation for value gap, by the way. Very small one. I would like for us to fill this gap, take this low, and then go higher. It will present more range for us when we enter a trade in order to attack for 124. So I like that idea better. Let me just look at the Asian range for a second. Yeah. I like what I'm seeing. Touching this first standard deviation and then flipping to the upside is ideal. On Thursdays for the past 3 months on Nasdaq, we had breakouts 50% of the time after 30 minutes of trading. So at 10 o'clock, we might have a breakout. Double breaks only 23% of the time. Therefore, I believe we're going to form the range and we're going to break out of it after 30 minutes. That's enough stats. Let's not confuse ourselves. Let's see how we're going to trade for the next 30 minutes. News in 5 minutes, so be careful on how you're going to trade. Hello, everyone. Strategy or trade idea. You short the first presentation for a value gap and you aim for the lows. Low risk, high reward. You're risking 5 points for 18. Sorry for that, something got into my eye. But yeah. Trading the first presentation for a value gap often brings success. I'm gonna back test it. I'm curious. As long as we are bearish before 9:45, I'm happy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I want 9:45 and onwards to still give me a possibility to buy in order to attack for 124, because I don't believe we're gonna have more opportunities if we take all-time high, unless we're gonna have a very bullish candle and the price is just gonna expand to the upside afterwards. Now let's check the expansion of it. On average, we have 0.4% breakout range, like how far the breakout would last. And the maximum was 1.9298, which is a lot, basically a very bullish green daily candle. So that's good. Stats are in our favor today. Opening candle continuation interests me as well. Interesting. Show you something. So if the price is bully, it's bullish at 10 o'clock. If the candle is bullish, the first 30 minutes are bullish, you're gonna have a 100% green day. If it's red, you're gonna have a 75% red day. Therefore, inverters are not as usual. Therefore, I believe that 9:45 is gonna bring all-time highs, and it's gonna happen now. You know how tempted I feel to buy this fair value gap, but I'm not gonna do it. Let's see how they're gonna trade it. 30 seconds. Be careful. Don't get yourself hurt. As much as you want to trade, it's not worth draining your account. It might not have as much volatility in it, but you never know. It's a high impact news. Therefore, you sit on the sidelines, you prepare the bullets. If you can shoot, if you can aim, you will try. If not, someone else is gonna take the kill for you. This is chill. Okay, let's try to buy it. Target is the same, you know that. 424. This is a fair value gap that can be bought now. I would like for this fair value gap to be respected, therefore I move my stop loss a bit. It can still be a breakaway gap. Moving at break even, there's no need for the price to come back. It's a free trade. ES took all-time highs. $405.75 will confirm our bullishness. Because it's the high of 1 hour fair value gap that it needs to be taken. This is supposed to be an inversion fair value gap and support the price for a movement higher. I'm not really happy with the fact that we don't have speed to the upside right now, and they still want to trade it back here. Oh, an ugly trading day. We have some news at 10 o'clock as well. This is a breaker. You have a low, a high, lower low, higher high, or the block and breaker. Okay, worst case scenario, I'll place my stop below the first presentation fair value gap and below this fair value gap, just for the sake of the move. I don't like the fact that we took this high and we have equal lows. Which are an SMT, but it's just one of those days. Yeah, I'm looking at all the fair value gaps. 3 minute, 2 minute one, so I'm placing my stop here and also below the first presentation. I don't want to be taken by one candle because I'm not willing to risk $40. Yeah. Today is not the day. Two very beautiful trade ideas. It's just very choppy. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. I mean, yeah, take the profit here. First high, take the profit. You're out. Done. Um, Such an ugly day. Also, yesterday was extremely difficult to trade. And we are having stellar entries. Like, the only mistake that I made today was not taking partials or full profits here. But you never know when the price is gonna run or not. This is not an usual movement. We are stuck in this range. Doesn't even make sense. Unless they just want to take these lows first and fill the gap at 324. Now it can just happen, you know, this to be the low and the move to continue. Can easily happen right now. Just be aware. I'm not gonna start talking like ICT, but they're like, they're watching. You think they're not watching? They're watching us. They're taking our stop losses. I like not to entertain this kind of conversations. It just happens. It's the market. This type of days used to wreck me. but you learn to deal with them. Let's wait for 10 o'clock. We're trading inside this inversion fair value gap. I feel very tempted to buy it. It's just I don't like how today's been acting. So yeah, I don't like this type of move. I would be happy taking the lows and then resume the move to the buy side. Yeah, I would like it more. That would make that I would understand the reason why we're having this choppiness. Well, we have more news. You have 30 minutes of regular trading hours. Have a lot of things going on. Doesn't look like we have a gap now, does it? No, we don't. We do not. Yep. New home sales, 10 o'clock. I'm not shorting this. My bias is bullish, therefore I'm gonna ignore short trades. You have it, buddy. You just need to check your settings. Look, 10 o'clock, home sales on 24th of July. I take in consideration medium impact news as well. Sometimes they provide a lot of volatility. I take both of them. I feel comfortable trading medium impact news, but sometimes one candle can change, can take your stop loss, and it happens a lot of times. It happens. ES is continuing its bullish move. We're having SMT. Just give me 2 minutes. Like right now, my idea is, let me just go to this so you can understand what I'm saying. First 30 minutes of trading, only 1 minute. So we have a high and a low. This is what happened from 9:30 to 10 o'clock right now. I would like for us to take this low, possibly take this low and fill the gap at 324 and then attack relative equal highs. I entertain this idea and I don't mind not being part of this move. Yeah. And here on the continuous contracts, you can see this gap. So I understand why the price did everything that it did. It had to fill these gaps. That's why I have so many candles painted inside this range. See how much damage they had to fill this gap with something. But yeah, we're gonna take this low. The fact that it's struggling to take the low, it means that this is not the target. The high is the ultimate target. But yeah, I'm using these indicators from Edgefall, but it's very easy for you to determine. This is just an indicator. Basically, you take the high of this time frame and the low, and this is what it is. This is the low that was formed between 9:30 and 10, and this is the high. That's about it. Previous week's high, which is the previous week's high? I'm not following as much as you're following something. Would be like their levels. I'm not really watching this closely. 320 would be the previous week's high. I'm happy with just filling the gap. 324. But yeah, they might as well just leave this relative equal lows now, take the highs and then come back and just have a full day of manipulation. That can happen too. So be ready for whatever. I'm gonna still keep this one extended. Actually, I like this one better because it offered resistance. So therefore, when the price is coming up, if I don't have any entry, I'm gonna use this fair value gap, or if I have an entry, I will use this one for adding more contracts to my position. I'm preparing in advance if that move's gonna happen. Let's go. Trying to stay positive after we had 2 successful trades, but we didn't take it in partials. Let me show you what ES is doing. ES is very bullish, so there's not much more to discuss about it. It's doing the opposite of what Nasdaq is doing, same as Dow. Dow is following the plan. Imagine me buying this at 10 o'clock. I would have been almost out. Just give me 2 minutes. I want to listen to a voice note from my girlfriend. I'm back. Such a peculiar, difficult day. Very difficult to trade. All the other indices are turning bullish. The dollar is very weak, and the Nasdaq is the last one left. By the way, sorry. By the way, tomorrow I'm not going to be trading because it's Friday, and I'll be honest, I'm going on a city break. I'm going to visit a Greek island, so I'll just meet my friends and family there. Therefore, I'll be back on Monday. I already posted the schedule for the next week. I'm going to be trading the whole week. We have NFP, which is a very week for us, a very good week for us, very profitable. So stay tuned. I believe we're gonna make some good money. Come on, let's take this low. Doom. Perfect. And we fill the gap as well. So basically the whole idea was for us to fill the gap. 324. Fascinating. I keep on telling people to use Edgeful, and I'm not affiliated with them under any circumstance. It's just very interesting to see stats and to see what you're fighting with. Yeah, and filling the gap is one of the things that I started looking at the most, or at least I'm taking this this factor into consideration more often when we're having choppy days, because nothing else makes sense right now. And if you're thinking and you're new to these concepts, no, this is not a good fair value gap to short. Have a volume imbalance here, and the bias for today is bullish actually. Now let's see the opening candle continuation. By weekday, after 30 minutes, we opened right here. Therefore, the 30-minute candle is green, it's red. Therefore, we have a 75% chance that this day will be red. Highly doubted. I believe we're going to be in that 25 percentile today, but let's see. This is interesting. 303 is the next target. We have this 15 minute fair value gap. Let's see if this one wants to hold the price. We fill the gap, we don't need this anymore. Now let's see if we can turn bullish, or today is toasted. And on Friday we're gonna attack relative equal highs and all-time highs. You're in a trade, long or short? Just 1 second, someone is calling. Sorry, that was my booking. They wanted to confirm if I'm still going tomorrow. Yeah, good idea. I just I'm gonna need a bit more confirmation in order to go long. I'll be patient. I would like to buy this inversion for value gap if that's the case, but I'm gonna be patient. If we have a meltdown today, I don't want to be caught in that. This can be a short as much as anything. So if we turn bearish today, it is what it is. We had a narrative, we had a bias. Crete. I'm visiting Crete, or Crete, as they say. A friend from childhood is having his holiday there with his wife, and he called me. Now I live in Greece, so I'm just gonna have a city break and I'm gonna visit Crete. Yes, yes, I've heard. I've been told I'm gonna have amazing food. So I'm very excited. Obviously, I would have liked for today to be a green day, so I'll be in high spirits for my holiday. But uh, we'll see. At the end of the day, we had a profitable week, so I'm not gonna complain about it. The damage is minimum. We lost $70. Our average win on a day is 250, so we're still in the target. I like this move right here. Let me prepare. Maybe we can buy this inversion for a value gap right now. I'm not gonna make the same mistake as yesterday. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and I'm gonna buy this inversion for a value gap. Amazing. Where do you live? You live in Greece as well. Uh, uh, uh. Let's try to buy this. Our last attempt. Mm-mm. I don't like this price action. We're not really sure of the bullishness until we reach 362. Therefore, I'm going to keep the same position size. I don't like the fact that we don't have speed, to be honest. Um, these are relative equal lows. Price can still come back here and then take it. So everything is possible right now. Because we traded back into this CB, and now to attack the lows is very possible. Very, very, very probable. I'm taking one off. Above 363, I'm gonna add. Otherwise, I'm gonna be patient. I'm worried about one thing. On ES, we have relative equal lows. So we might attack this one, which means on NASDAQ, we might take the low again and then move higher. More bullish, we stay on this 15-minute candle. Better. Would be nice to reach 346 so we can fill this gap and not be worried about it. This is a breaker, therefore that's why I'm comfortable to add after this. This looks like a very nice turtle soup. We took the liquidity, we formed inversion fair value gap. So more confluences. Some speed would be nice. Considering this week's profile, we might have to wait until 12 p.m. for this move to work. We might still have some volatility to the downside. Unless we're going to have a lot of speed and take basically taking 365 is crucial for this move to happen until 12. Anything else, any consolidation around these areas brings no good to our move. Right now we're basically trading inside this 15-minute fair value gap. We might as well be bearish here and still wait for the lows. That can still happen. We might be too early still. And also seeing volume imbalances in this 5-minute is not good. You don't want to see this gap. Yep. Unless they're going to close this candle red. But looking at the 15 minutes, it's not a good look now, is it? It looks like the price is still going to be bearish and take the lows. And we can still be bullish after we take these lows. I'm not going to be doing anything else if we get stopped out. whole life for us to touch this volume imbalance here. Yes. I want to add more, but I have only one issue. I would have liked for this to be a bullish breaker. Therefore, for 918 or no 1017 or 1018 to be taken this low, and it didn't happen. So let's wait. We're still covering our $70 loss plus more if we reach our target. So yeah, unless it's a short trade, we're gonna have to wait. We're still in a bearish scenario until we take this high, 365. And as you can see, E-mini versus micro, they have a small slippage. I like this candle. After 365, we're gonna move to break even. Would be cruel for us to see the price coming back down. And I consider it a possibility because of these two green candles. People now, all of the people are buying this. Do we have any more news today? No more. Just tomorrow. There are some medium impact news. As a rookie, I would be always tempted to add here. It's an inversion fair value gap and two fair value gaps, but I don't like the fact that we have these two gaps over here. One would be enough to be filled and move to the upside. Two is dodgy. And we have a volume imbalance here. So I don't like this move at all. If we come back here and we move higher, I don't mind adding a 365 because this move is confirmed. Until then, I'm going to be patient. And even so, why would I risk more? Let's move to break even, and if we want, we're gonna add again if the price comes back down. To be honest, if you like for me to follow you in your trades, try to type the entry point in terms of like numbers. Enter the 23,345 or whatever is better for me, because I don't know your terminology. I don't know what you mean by accumulation. If it's this, if it's this, if it's this is an accumulation. Like, so see, this is a volume imbalance. I don't like that. This is a first presentation for a value gap, and it's a resistance for the moment. This needs to be filled a bit. I like how this is forming. I would just like to see this 5-minute closing green and then come back here at the low of it at 348 and then move upwards. Yep. Now let's see the price coming back here. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know Wyckoff, so Wyckoff. So yeah, thank you for. Sorry, I have in the background. I have my dog. He's coughing. He has asthma. So yeah, 340 makes sense. If we come back here again and we show sign of strength, basically us moving upwards, I will add. Otherwise, I'm just content with my current position. If it comes back here and then it goes, I might add around here, or as it's touching back this and then moving back there. Kind of that's the idea that I would play by. I mean, it's worth trying everything. At the end of the day, if it makes money, it makes sense. Any strategy. There's a high possibility we're just gonna have some very big green candles coming up. Um, let's see. Let's see 365. That would bring me joy. Even if we just take the high and come back down, I'm still happy. What I'm trying to explain is the fact that we have this bearish candle, and taking the high of it would cancel its bearishness. Therefore, coming back down in here and this gap acting as support, I entertain that and I like it. And even now, as you can see, coincidentally, we might see a retracement. Meanwhile, this retracement might fill just these gaps we have volume imbalancing here on A mini. Ah, sorry, I forgot to reply. You live in Turkey. Amazing. I wanna. Oh, amazing move. So from now on, it's a holiday for us. Let's enjoy this move. I've never been to Turkey. My mom has been visiting some places. You have nice resorts. Trying to remember. Where has she been? I cannot say it on the top of my head, but she has been to a few places, and a lot of people told me that Istanbul is amazing to visit, so I want to do it. And Turkish people are nice. At least I had pleasant experiences with them. I used to live in Dubai, so I've met a lot of cultures, and they love football. Yeah, obviously, I'm aiming for Asian highs. This is where my profit target is, above the Asian highs. Mm, I would like to go to a football game in Turkey. Also in Greece, I haven't been. I just moved here 2 years ago, but everyone says it's too dangerous. But I plan on moving to Netherlands in 2 years. I want to start a family, and I need a more stable country. So, are we coming back down here again? Well, I understand, but I've never visited Turkey, so and I want to go with those balloons early in the morning. Everyone is like it's a hype around it. Um, there is a valley or a canyon or something, and everyone goes. Mm, I don't. I've never felt in danger, but it's just the government and the services that this country provides in general. Like I want to go to an organized place. If I want to get things done, I want to be able to get things done. Stuff like this, uh, it's a lot of corruption here, so things are slow. Any process is slow. A lot of things are not digitalized. I used to live in Dubai. In Dubai, as a foreigner, I took my last license in 10 minutes. I had visa and I went there. I was like, I'm from Europe. I want a license. They were like, okay, let's convert it. Everything was happening in 5 to 7 minutes straight. In 15, I had my license card and everything ready. Here, it's completely different. So yeah, I want to live in a country where resources are plentiful and citizens are respected. If I'm gonna pay taxes somewhere, I wanna be respected for that. I know, man. I know. You're gonna have to sacrifice things. I love sun as well. That's why I moved to Greece. I love the weather. I love the people. People are nice to me, even though I'm a foreigner. But it's just one of those things. If you wanna have a family, uh, things are changing. When you're young, things can happen to you and still be okay. But if something would happen to my kids and I'm going to the police and they're gonna laugh into my face and they're not gonna pay respect for the issue that I'm having, I'm sorry, I'm gonna kill someone. So yeah, same way why I would never move to Italy. Italy is amazing, and still it has better governmental agencies, but still there are a lot of beautiful countries. But if you want to live in the society, you need to move to Nordic countries: Switzerland, Netherlands, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, mm, Finland, stuff like this. But that's too extreme for me as well. So for me, Switzerland, it's nice, but it's just difficult to um, meet people and make friends. Amsterdam and Netherlands is more like multicultural in a sense. Man, I'll be honest, this is the reason I started this YouTube channel, and thank you very much for your kind words. This is my second account. I have two accounts. One is 10K. You're seeing it right now. The other one is 13K. On both of them, I started at 10K, and my purpose is to flip them and double them. But yeah, this is the reason I started this channel, because I used to trade a lot of prop firms, and you're seeing a lot of streamers like, I'm making 1K, this move is 10K, this, like, I made today 3.5K, and then you see payouts once every 2 months. I just got paid out by this prop firm and you just see 3K. And I was like, yeah, man, but the other day you just had a $10,000 win. What happened with that money? They're not consistent, because they're trading prop firms, they're gambling, they're showing you only the good stuff. And then as a trader, even me, I used to get frustrated. I was like, man, these people are winning a lot of money. I'm behind. What's happening? What am I missing out on something? You get FOMO. And then you realize they're all scammers. They're just promoting these prop firms. And I'm not saying I'm not going to use affiliate codes in the future, and I'm not going to try to make some side money from this channel. But I'm never going to lie to my people and say I'm making $10,000, and then you're just basically maintaining your or sustaining your lifestyle off of the affiliate links that you're making from your viewers. So yeah, I'm more raw in that regard, and I'm not gonna be appealing to the masses, and that's fine. I started the challenge like 500 to 10,000 and it didn't work out. I stopped at break even because commissions were eating me alive. So I'm just gonna be honest, because at the end of the day, this is the journey of a trader. You're not gonna find a perfect trader that is just gonna be having green days all the time. And if that's gonna happen, those are one of the rare ones, and I salute them. But if you believe you're such a good trader, why don't you join the... Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like, they're trading new accounts every day, and that's fine. If that's your niche and this is how you feel comfortable with trading prop firms, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I think it's a smart thing to do because you're not risking your own money. And this is something that I've tried to do, and I got frustrated because I was having good months where I was making 5,000 to 7,000 a month, but I couldn't withdraw because I had all these rules of consistency, and basically their business is to stop you from being paid out. And obviously you're going to be having months where you need to feed your family, and my strategy is changing. Like nowadays I'm having a $10,000 account and I'm trading 2 micros. Are you seeing people doing something like this? No, because they're not truthful. What I'm telling you is that if I'm consistent with 3 micros, you can be consistent with 30 minis. That's not a problem. This is the size that I'm comfortable with, because at the end of the month, I'm still going to withdraw money from this account and I'm going to feed my family and I'm going to pay my rent off of it. I'm a full-time trader. I don't have another job. The reason that I started this YouTube channel is maybe it's going to work out, and in the future, I'm going to just have a second income from affiliate links. Maybe people would find my content useful, so maybe I can make a subscription-based service, maybe provide some advice to other people, but I'm never gonna, and I'm not hiding from that. It's like, you live in capitalism, we're talking about business. In order to pay for your next meal, you need money. But I'm never gonna be lying about my trading profits. I'm not gonna be lying to people about how difficult it is to day trade. It's extremely difficult. I've been day trading for close to 7 years. I've been profitable for the last 2. 5 years I've been in the trenches, losing my patience, losing some of my friendships, because this was everything that I was focused on. For me, it was all in. Since I discovered trading, I was like, I love this thing. 9 to 5 scares me more than failing at trading. So yeah, I always wanted to be different as a person. So most probably that's maybe another motivation on why I'm doing what I'm doing right here, being truthful and honest about everything I'm doing. I'm gonna move my stop loss because this move is already um, working in our favor, and I want to close the day at break even at least, because we've been waiting for this move to happen a long time. Yes, I've been a flight attendant. That's why I used to live in Dubai. I was a cabin crew, and I started with penny stocks. And my first scam was paying $7,000 for a mentorship on penny stocks. Imagine. Um, and I was trading real account, live money. So I lost another 7 to 10,000 there, trying to learn. And then I took a step back. I discovered futures. I discovered options. No, options first, then futures. And I started to like futures because it's more disciplined in a way. Like the price is trading all the same through all the brokers. You have the same slippage. And I discovered ICT and liquidity concepts. So that played a lot. Like I was experimenting with stuff, and the more I added, the more knowledge I added, the better it played on my part. But it was an arduous journey. I was losing friendships. I was fighting with my girl. She's very supportive, but at the beginning, it looked like gambling, and my whole mood just revolves around my trading. If I'm having a bad day, the moment I come out of the office, my girlfriend, she's like, "You had a bad day, right?" Like, yeah, she's gonna leave me alone. Like, I've prepared for this. My whole life is focused on trading only. I'm optimized for this. I go to the gym every day. I take certain supplements. I don't drink coffee during trading days. I do cardio at least 4 times a week, so I have my emotions in check. Everything that I'm doing is for this. So, not gonna lie to you, that's why I'm trying to be honest. Trading is hard. A lot of people are not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make it. Statistics say only 10% of traders are profitable. I think it's less. So yeah, one account that I'm trading at now, I made 1.5k in 2 weeks. My goal is to make around 2 or 3k per month. I have 2 accounts. I'm copy trading them. It's enough to make a living. Once I'm gonna reach 100,000, I'm gonna size up, but I'm not gonna cut out the process. I'm 6 years into this, but I'm trading futures only for 2 years. In my mind, I'm a trader for 2 years. I still have a lot to learn regarding the future space and how the price is moving. I have been dealing with bull runs. I have been dealing with corrections, but I never had a crash. The crash from pandemic was me trading penny stocks. So I don't know how to trade crashes on futures. So when that's gonna happen, it's gonna be another learning curve for me. So yeah, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I'm happy for you, sir. I'm happy. See you next week. Thank you for your kind words. If you have a high rate, yeah, switch to 1 to 1. What's your win rate right now? I need to be a bit more analytic about my activity. Even now, this move is not healthy. I don't like the fact that we're having three green candles and none of them have been filled. Yeah, I would like some speed right now, to be honest. See ya. Thank you as well for being here. We're trading inside this fair value gap. See if it's gonna hold the price. Well, learn to execute it better and put it, I don't know, 1 to 1.5. So you get a bit of both. You increase your win rate and you still have some meat left on the bone. Ciao. Bye. Yeah, I try not to focus on as much on win rate, and I'm trying to focus more on is my daily bias right? Is my narrative on point? I'm trying to catch more of the move when that happens, and at the same time, I adjust my risk reward. Like I'm not so focused on risk reward. I'll be honest. I'm focused on highs, lows, intraday highs and lows, and buying in discount, shorting in premium. My win rate, my risk reward matters in terms of sizing. If I see that I need to risk $50 in order to win 50, yeah, I'm gonna trade 1 micro, 2 micros max. If I see that I'm risking $100 in order to win 300, yeah, I'm gonna put 3 micros. Now I have only 2 micros because we already had 2 losses, so I had to cut back a bit. And now the only reason that I'm not comfortable into adding is because we had this run without any correction. But if we would come back here in 5 minutes, and yeah, I would just feel more comfortable if we would have some kind of retracement into 12 o'clock. I believe the move is going to happen between 11:50 and 12 o'clock like yesterday, because that would basically make, yeah, this move happened yesterday at 11:45, so that would fit this week's profile, which was horrible to begin with. I'm happy we're profitable, but it was a very difficult week to trade. Yeah, I agree with the same. I agree with the logic, Ivan. Who was saying they bring chocolate in? at the police station. Yeah. So my idea is I like the fact that we have a breakaway gap, but I just hope it's not going to be a reason for the price to come back to it. We have the first presentation for value gap, which I would like to act as last resort or resistance against me being stopped out basically. And we have an order block on the 5 minutes. Therefore, and this is the low of a 15-minute candle. Therefore, in 2 minutes, when this 15-minute candle stops, we're going to trade back inside this big order block and move higher. That would be like come back here and then move higher. That would be ideal. And if this happens, I feel comfortable to add. Otherwise, I'm just going to let the price run, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Considering how we have traded this week, I believe we're going to have some manipulation along the way until we're going to see this obvious target relative equal highs. We know the move is going to happen because ES already took all-time highs and it's just running. But yeah, let's be patient. And I know we said we're going to buy this in order to add, and I wanted that. We just had this fair value gap. I'm very picky when it comes to adding. I don't want to add all the time unless I'm sure the move is clean. So yeah, I'm just happy. 392. It's with only 2 contracts. I think it's an amazing trade still. Yeah, this is beautiful. I would really like to take the week off and finish with this trade. I need to pack my bags. Come on, baby. We might have a retracement right now. Let's see how big that's gonna be. What I assume is gonna happen, we're gonna have a big retracement inside this 15 minute BC. Side here. And then move higher. And if that's gonna happen, I'm gonna be adding for sure. I feel comfortable with having a retracement than chasing the ultimate target. I'm curious what Watson is doing. We haven't seen him for a few days. Okay, so we're gonna see this gap being revisited. This takes longer than I wanted. And I don't like this 1 hour candle. Maybe it's one of those days we're gonna come back here again and then we're gonna move up at 1 o'clock. Or we're gonna have the move happening during lunch. Let's see what's the middle of this week. 331. Yeah, I'm not waiting for that. This is a breaker as well as this one was. We might have a meltdown because of these two. But it's very interesting the way we had this 5-minute fair value gap and it supported the price, the bodies that are trading in the upper half. And we took the Asian high and everything. So Nasdaq is really behind. Let's go, sir. Insane the week we've been having. Highs and lows, consolidation. So difficult. And then just big candles happening on the 5 or 15 minutes, and that's it. So difficult to trade this. Testing your patience as well. That's why I need to do cardio very often. Keeps my emotions in check. And it's healthy too. Running 3 times a week reduces the risk of heart disease by 80%. Just food for thought. Well, okay, let's do it now and be done with it. Otherwise, we're gonna have to revisit this lows over here. Come on, 2, 3 green candles, big ones. Pack, pack, pack. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. It needs to be fast, otherwise it's just gonna be another manipulation tactic, and I don't like that. And this move is very dirty. Let me show you why. If we don't take the highs now, we need to revisit all of this move. Volume imbalance, volume imbalance, volume imbalance. This is not a clean move. Therefore, we're gonna have to revisit this relative equal lows. Now the volume imbalance here, that's the reason I didn't add it here. Yeah. Some people say that's the reason, or that's the moment when the price is gonna run. That's a signature in price. For me, this is a signature that these gaps need to be filled at some point. So if I'm in a long position, I don't want to see them. If I'm in a short position, I want to see them. Obviously, you don't get to pick and you don't know when they're going to be filled, but usually it's a very aggressive move and you don't want to be part of it. ES is becoming bearish and Nasdaq is showing volume imbalances, so we might have the move now or just a very big correction coming. Let's go, baby. Incredible. Yeah, as I said, these gaps need to be filled. And these are relatively cool lows, so the price is gonna come back here. What a day. Thinking about closing the trade. I wanna wait for this 15-minute candle to close. This one. Yep. I told you you cannot trust this move. The midnight and 8:30 seems to be supporting the price in a way. I don't mind that. Oh, but I still believe even if we take these highs and we don't come back here, we will return to this range. So difficult to time the move. What a day. We really have to work for this. 11:45 might bring some volatility. Let's wait. This is this is a fair value gap that I don't like. It's a bearish one. Meanwhile, we have equal lows. So makes it effective, highly effective. Very possible we're gonna see. Might have a big move and see these lows. It's possible. Now, is it gonna happen now, or we're gonna take the highs and then come back down here? It's very difficult to tell. But I don't like how this is painting right now. I'm not gonna take any action on it. I'll just let the price do its thing, but Suspicious price action now on the move. So now we want to see a reversal and trade above 384. I will just go grab some water. I'm back. I like this move as long as it holds basically this 50-minute candle turning green. We came back in here. I like it. And basically this becoming an inversion for a valid gap. This is the pullback that we wanted. It's ideal. Let's hope it's gonna hold. If we trade above this candle, I will consider adding into it. Okay. $11.45. Let's see some speed. So now we just fill this gap over here on the 1 minute, but our intention was to trade higher at 11:45, and that's not happening. We might have to be a bit more patient, but we have this sort of block here. So yeah, I don't believe we can really time it and add more. I would like to think that I can, but I think this might be the time. 11:50. This might do the trick. We have 11 minutes until the new hour. Usually we have some runs happening between 11:50 and 12:10. This might be the one. Hmm. This might be it. First target is 405 and 75. The last target would be all-time highs. What a tease. Yeah, this is bad price action. Coming. We came back inside this inversion fair value gap. Yeah. Idea would be to support the price and reach until 12 o'clock in the next 5 minutes. Reach our profit target. Been an hour and a half since we've been holding on to this trade. It's insane. Yeah, the meltdown is happening, the one we anticipated. We're touching this order block. Let's see if we're stopped out. I'm not gonna place another trade. We waited for too long. Ideally, you want to see at least this high being taken. And I was thinking of removing one contract if we don't see speed, but now we know it's just manipulation. And we know this is gonna happen, we just don't know the timing of it. Today has been pretty difficult. At the end of the day, you can still take profits. Like the run is big. We were just trying to catch the whole move. But yeah, overall, frustrating day. I think we traded close to perfection. Only one thing we missed was taking partials today. We wanted the big move to happen. Other than that, we did not overtrade and we had all good ideas, trading ideas. But I'll let this play. I'll wait another 2 minutes. I'll see if the price is gonna run now. Otherwise, I don't wanna complicate myself. I will just, I'll be done. They either hit my stop loss or my profit target. I'm not gonna touch anything. But I just don't wanna stream anymore because there's not much value I can provide. The trade idea I mentioned, why I did it, and yeah, I still believe it was a good idea overall. It just didn't pan out exactly how we wanted, but hey, that's not what's gonna happen all the time. Still believe they're gonna reach 424. Probably is gonna happen now or in 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours. We don't know if it's even gonna happen today. We might still see prices down here and still go up. So these are relative equal highs. They're not gonna be left like this. Believe me, this is just manipulation. Anyway, see you on Monday. Peace.